Our next speaker is John Webber, with a speech entitled Alive. Alive, John Webber.
It's 11 minutes to 3 on the afternoon of Wednesday, the 13th of October, 2010. Esteban Rojas has seen the sun after 69 days in the damp, dark, deathly bowels of the San Jose mine in Chile. Mr. Contest Chair, judges, ladies and gentlemen, 8 weeks earlier, Esteban and his 32 compadres had surrendered all hope of ever seeing their loved ones again. For days they had been comforted by a reassuring rumble overhead that they recognised as the sound of probes that were drilling 6-inch boreholes in an attempt to find signs of life. And as one of these metallic messengers was honing in on their rocky refuge, getting ever closer and ever louder, the miners were poised to pounce in excited desperation. And then suddenly, the probe changed direction. It was coming from beneath their feet, and then it fell silent. The probe had missed them, and they were left with just the constant creaking of their mountain tomb, punctuated by an occasional falling of rocks. Now imagine the scene. 2 weeks underground, the rations have run out. No longer can they look forward to their communal feast of a miserly mouthful of tuna and a sip of juice every 48 hours. The 40-degree heat, the 95% humidity, the nauseous stench are all too much for their disintegrating bodies. The foul, dirty, discoloured water they're forced to drink from the drilling tanks has now left their empty stomachs convulsing. It's at this moment that many write final letters to their loved ones. Even the spirited life and soul of the group, Mario Sepulveda, is now resigned to die the dignified death of a miner. He sets aside his helmet, he rolls up his belt, he arranges his boots, and he sinks back into his soggy cardboard mattress. 56 days later, their triumphant exodus is broadcast live all around the world. Would you raise your hand if you saw some of this moving footage? Well, you know what? You're certainly not alone, because over a quarter of the adult population of the globe pause to drink in those intoxicating initial moments as each miner emerged from the underworld like a latter-day Lazarus. Not only were they invigorated by an air they thought they would never breathe, not only were they dazzled by a sun they thought they would never see, but they were so deeply touched by the embrace of loved ones that mirrored the feeling of an entire human race that resonated with indescribable empathy. So what was it about this event that captivated us? On this third rock from the sun, millions face life and death issues every day. Yet this epic saga of 33 men assumed a powerful symbolism that touched our very core and united our world. Could it be that it reminded us all of what it is to be human, of our shared life journey of birth and belonging, of bonding and bereavement? perhaps like the Roman graffiti to be found on the ancient ruins of Pompeii. It tells us that beneath any veneer of sophistication, we all share the same needs, the same emotions, the same story. After their ordeal, the miners experienced that the simplest things in life had the most meaning. After his release from hospital, the resurrected Mario Sepulveda rushed down to the beach where he frolicked like a small child. "What use is all the money," he asked the journalist by his side, "if you're not alive?" And as he gestured to the waves and the sky, he added, This is life." In this modern day rat race, do you ever feel as though you're rushing along some kind of dehumanized conveyor belt? If so, have you ever asked yourself, where are you rushing to? And more importantly, when you get there, how is it going to be any different to right here, right now? For the miners, it took a near-death experience to teach them how to live. What do you need to slow down and savour your life? A simple parting thought. At the thought of your parting, what will matter? The years in your life or the life in your years? It's the contest, Chair.